Booty so big, Lord, have mercy. That joint is so fire,
Shit
yo.
got me too. We almost forgot to turn that shit off.
Oh, facts.
Damn. Damn.
Oh, snap. All right.
Drink more water, Mick Jenkins.
Water, yes. This video is sponsored by water. This episode of the podcast is sponsored by water.
Can you add like an edit where it's like it sounds like I'm gulping, like goop goop goop.
Like I hope so. Yeah, I could probably figure that out.
Cool.
Heck yeah.
This is our editor right here, by the way.
I try my hardest.
He's
I try
editor.
my best.
I'm on set production.
Yes, sound engineer and all that jazz.
But my job's pretty easy now.
Word up. Anywho, wow. Welcome back. We're here again. The Stream of Consciousness podcast. Hopefully y'all found us on the gram. We got some episodes up. Episode 4 right now. Let's do it.
And I seen them likes, you feel me? I seen them. They come up there and shit like that.
Yeah, people was like, yo, that joke funny. This stuff. Yo, followers went up though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I think we gained more than I thought we were gonna gain in one setting.
How many at right now?
Like 41?
Damn.
I know that sound low in grand scheme of things.
It's
but
what it's been. It ain't really, we just posted it up. Like,
yeah. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. That's cool.
For sure.
We're gonna
look back at this episode like 41. Oh, and that was 41,000.
You know what we should do?
What?
Let's follow like 1 million people and then unfollow them right after.
Yo, that's the shit me and Dave did in high school in junior year. So we can try
to mind jump.
Nah, we tried to we were in a race to get 1,000 followers. We would get 1,000 followers first. So it was mad crazy because we would just follow people so they could follow us so we can get to 1,000 followers. And every time, see, at the time, Dave was following like middle schoolers because they were gonna follow back anyway. So whoever, if I saw his follower count pass me, I would just go to who's following him and follow them because if they're gonna follow Dave, they're gonna follow me. So I was like, I can't let Dave beat me to 1,000 followers.
Nah, that's how I'm feeling right now. Tomorrow we're gonna have 3,000 followers.
Because we're gonna be following 5,000.
That's like, because I'm gonna follow each and every single one of them motherfuckers.
That's the thing is that takes a long time though. That's a real process.
It's some midnight, some shit like niggas can't go to sleep. Fuck it. Just start clicking follow.
Just
damn.
Oh man.
Well, that's tough.
Anyway, formally, welcome back to the Stream of Consciousness podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Vic So Valid, and I'm with Shizzy with 3 Z's, but he's not asleep.
What's good?
So today, we got a couple of topics, and of course, we're going to end it off with Blair's Outburst. So this was actually an eventful weekend. You know what I mean? So 3 things happened. First things first, me and Shane went back to, well, we weren't out of work, but we went back to school. School started. Like, back to school because we work in school districts. I teach math. I'm teaching geometry this year and advanced algebra for the seniors. And Shane, what you doing?
I do behavioral therapy in the school. So, like, the kids with them extreme behaviors, like, they had somebody like me in the classroom, like kind of like being a role model for teachers and our teacher aides about how to handle certain behaviors. That's what we do around this way, you know what I mean? I don't teach shit like this nigga do, but it's whatever.
But of course, since the actual school year started, Shane's, workload just picked back up. So it's about to get hectic, but we still gonna be active, all right?
Yeah, our workload's kind of
crazy. Like, what you expect this school year? Like, I know me, like, it's my first time teaching geometry itself, so I'm kind of like, I'm not winging it, but I'm also going to be winging it. I gotta plan day by day again. I did advanced algebra last year, so I'm not gonna lie.
It really does amaze me that like you teaching out like geometry. It's like I never even understood it as like a middle schooler or where the fuck we first had it. So it's like it's kind of crazy to think like you making lesson plans to like to teach.
Yeah,
especially because like most niggas aren't good at math. I feel like so it's like it's kind of crazy.
Hey, math been my thing since 4th grade. But I mean,
and you see my thing in 4th grade, yo, first, second, third, like we used to around the world. Yeah. I was a nigga, like it was an Asian boy named I'm gonna say his name's Daniel. And we used to go around the world, and I used to be like, he was like my competition. But I used to always smoke that nigga. Like we go, they be like, all right, what's 11 times 12? I'd be like 132 or something. Boom, I'm moving. Like I was getting them niggas right. But then I got to like 8th grade, shit just started going down the hill from there. But
on some real,
that's whatever.
In 4th grade, when I really started loving math, is because we started doing long division. And since it was a lot of numbers in one, just do one problem, I thought I was doing like some big science
felt
stuff.
Like he was
I thought I was the man. I was like, I could do this. I'm going crazy. And that's when I really was like, oh, this is about to be my jam. And it was ever since though.
My boss say, nah, the long division was cool. But for me on my side, I don't know what to expect because like my day really depends on the kids.
Of course,
like and
right.
I would really love to sit and tell y'all the stories of what some of these kids be doing. But HIPAA violations and all that, like, I'm gonna say something, but ain't gonna be no names, no kind of content is gonna make you believe like who this person was. You're not never gonna know.
Yeah.
But the days really go by like how they act, because sometimes everything all peachy clean.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just doing like they doing some crazy shit. Like, I don't know.
I mean, hey, you the one for the job, man.
That's what everybody be saying. Like, yo, they try to have me do everything. They be like, oh, the big nigga, yeah, have him do that. I be like, but I'm like, in my head, like, yo, I'm tired. Like, let me get a break too. Like, let me get the ones that just want like ice cream and popsicles.
You know what I mean?
Not the ones
and they cool.
Yeah, the ones I get is the ones like, fuck it, I'm gonna beat up everybody and like in the school. Or I'm jumping off somewhere that I'm not supposed to. Or I think I'm Superman. Like, why would I lose, you know? But it's cool, actually. Most of the time, I make my day go by fast. But
hey, it's like that.
Hey.
This year I got, so it's different from when we were in school, like the math order. Our order was Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2. So now they switched it up, at least in our school district, that it goes Algebra 1, Algebra 2, then Geometry. So that's like freshmen, sophomore, juniors. So since I'm teaching Geometry, I got juniors, and I'm teaching Advanced Algebra with Statistics, which is the seniors at our school. So I got all upperclassmen this year. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, I got all them, like the most mature people in the school, which is like what I kind of wanted in the first place. So I'm chilling.
Yeah, those are the best.
Seniors be chilling though. They really be chilling.
Yo, I got a question in yo.
Yeah.
Just for some people that like don't know, or somebody else that's like out there watching.
Yeah.
How you get into teaching though? Like, what was your procedure? What you got to go do to become like a teacher? Like, what you did?
What got me to want to do it first was I was always good at math and science. That was my thing. But what really got me into it was, even starting in high school, everybody would always ask me for like help.
Oh yeah,
always ask me for help. They'd be like,
tutor.
"Can you figure it out? Can you figure like how do you do this?" And I'd be like, "All right, you do this like this, that, and the third." Even in like specifically geometry, so I'm teaching geometry. My teacher in geometry honors would have me like teach the class sometimes.
Geometry honors.
Because so sometimes he'd be like, because I knew what was going on, because he could say something. I'm like, all right, I got it. I figured it out. And he'd be like, one time he was like, I got great papers you want to teach? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I had to just pretty much re-explain it to my peers. And they was like, oh, snap, I get it. So that was like, oh, that kind of felt good.
Yeah.
And so if people asked me for help, I would help them out. And then when I got to college, because I took calculus in high school, and then when I went to college at University of Delaware, Calc 1, Calc 2, and all that jazz, I would always help people with all their stuff. So even if I didn't take the classes there, like pre-calc at college, I would help them with pre-calc.
Would you charge niggas to help them, or like charge them to do their homework or some shit like that?
At first, no.
Oh, word.
Well, so
damn.
At first, I did not help with the tutoring, because it's like it was just out of the kindness of my heart, and I just enjoyed helping people. Because either we were in the same class, or they took a class it was so easy where it wasn't even that hard for me to explain it to them. So at first, nah. But then I got into actually getting paid to tutor like my senior year. Super senior year.
You always gotta run it up.
Or I call that my Super Saiyan senior semester.
Super Saiyan senior semester.
That's what I call it. Yeah. So that's what got me to like actually love like explaining to people, because I like helping people understand it the way that I understand it. So that's what got me into teaching it. But when it came to that, my major was mathematics, and in order to get into teaching, I just had to, because I didn't have my major wasn't education, so I couldn't just get a certification. So I just had to take like 2 tests for the New Jersey, and they was like, all right, cool, you're eligible to teach. I'm with that.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. I mean, but there's so many avenues, like, especially because I didn't even know you could be a teacher like right out of college. To be honest.
Yeah, with the right testing credentials, you'll be straight.
Where I ain't even know shit like that. You know what I mean? Because I don't teach nobody nothing. But it's just because there's people out there that like they all different kind of career paths. Somebody might want to be a teacher. I
mean, yeah, for sure. Like pretty much at least in New Jersey, probably a lot of states, as long as you have a certain GPA. And then you pass us the correct test and the subject you want to teach, you good.
What was your GPA in college?
Yo, it was good enough.
What's the GPA in college? I'm being scared, yo.
It was good enough.
It's a safe place, but what's it? What's it matter?
My GPA was a 2.5.
Oh, bro, like you say, like
I know, but that's not satisfactory to me.
No, but I'm saying, all right, so at least somebody out there, right?
Yeah.
There's somebody out there that aspire to be a teacher, aspire to do something, right? And they fucking suck at school.
Oh my God.
And they like, damn, I can't be a teacher. Right? You just gave them hope. Now all they know in their head is like, I just gotta pull out this 2.5 and I'm good. Give us something to work for.
I know, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Take your praxis test, man.
Yo.
And in your area of expertise.
But I'm sure that mathematics GPA probably was like 4.0 type jump.
Hey, look, it was up there on some real shit.
That's what they really need to go by, bro. If your major is psychology, whatever case may be, your GPA, yo, it's just a matter about
your major
come
GPA.
On, like, yo, that should hold some weight because it's like, yo, this is what I'm doing. It's what I want to do.
Sure.
Like, that's obviously a major. I'm doing random things. Why do I have to be good at the random things?
For sure.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
they always do that. So it's like, that shit need to hold more weight. I'm about to start writing my psychology GPA as my GPA for school because my shit wasn't high either though. Oh, my shit was good enough to graduate. Like I was telling somebody the other day, like my goal was, first of all, I only care about what I care about. I ain't gonna lie to you. So it's like when they had me doing like the free electives and shit like that, it wasn't a psychology class, bro. I really just didn't care. Like, well, it was like criminal justice classes that was kind of like a crossover between criminal justice and psychology.
Okay.
A lot of it was mind stuff because it's about serial killers and sociopaths. Like, sociopaths is not a real diagnosis, so let's get that out the way. It's not a real thing. You can't find it in the MSDS. But either way,
it's pet peeves when you start learning in that.
No, I'm just saying, like, cause I said it, but I'm like, it's not a real diagnosis. But either way,
niggas get educated and start talking about this is technically not correct, so don't say it. I'm like, damn,
it's not a diagnosis. Though. But people love saying sociopaths or whatever the case may be. Psychopath. It's not a real thing. It's more of a combination of characteristics that you would describe someone as being a sociopath or a psychopath. But it's not like you can't be diagnosed with being. Anyway, I'm just like, fuck. So those classes was cool because it was like a crossover. Yeah. So I cared about them a little bit, but I was good at them and I just wanted to come to class. But when I came to class, I was on it. So I feel like I did all that. So when it came to the psychology classes, though, I was nice. So it's like, why the fuck does it matter about what my overall GPA was?
Hey, I mean,
I like what I like, so fuck off.
Like, they shouldn't be judging you off, like, for GPA with other classes.
Doing fucking biology. I'm gonna fuck about biology or chemistry. You know, all right. Well, I was a bio major at first, so that's why I took organic chemistry.
Right, that was
it for me. I was like, yo, this shit is terrible. Like, I'm like, there's no way where I'm about to be a fucking doctor because at that point it was just curtains. I wanted to be a pediatric oncologist.
Oh my
but
Jesus.
Yeah, I took organic. I'm like, bro, it's not for me. I just don't care.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us. Like, I started off as an electrical engineering major, and I realized, I said, I really don't want to do this. So if you go into college and you're actually in a major that you don't like, don't be scared to like switch your major. I started off electrical engineering. I loved chemistry. I loved physics. Both of them, they got mad hard. I took the math classes. I took extra courses. But then I got to like electromagnetic field theory, and that joint was crazy, ridiculous.
Sound crazy.
And I was like, wow. I took it, but I was like, nah, I can't really see myself doing all this. Dude, so I had to switch my major out.
Do what you like, yo. Niggas switch majors all the time. Yes, I'm telling you all the time. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did end up staying like pretty much an extra semester because we was already a year ahead, and then I stayed another extra semester. So think about it. We really waited. I wasted mad time. Like I was already like, because we went to in high school. We took a lot of classes at the Camden County College. Yeah, so technically, we took a lot of those free, like some of those free electives. Those first year prerequisites. We kind of had out the way. We did, but because I switched major and I slacked at some semester. I was almost like I was already a year behind, but then I got like a year behind. I was here ahead, and we got a year behind. Yeah, then I got another semester behind.
Yeah, I was the same. I actually had the same thing. I was ahead one semester, and I stayed an extra.
Yeah,
semester.
we just like what the fuck? Like
so it's like, would you?
I graduated quarantine 2020.
Word.
So
word.
Or actually, yeah, I took an extra 2 semesters.
Okay.
I think. Actually no, because my school took more credits than your school did. Mm-hmm. So I think I had more. I had like a semester and a half.
Okay.
So I was ahead a semester and a half. Then either way. Yeah. So fuck that. You whatever you want to do, just fucking do it.
Change your major and do what makes you happy.
Tell them fuck off. Tell them screw off, bozo.
Some real stuff, because once you have your degree, that holds a lot of weight on some real. A lot of times your degree don't even say what major you had. It just says you got a degree in this. I'm like, oh wow, okay. Depending on what it is.
No facts.
On some real. So that's the first thing that changed this weekend. We said we had to go back to school.
Go back
the next thing that happened this weekend, that last weekend, Certified Lover Boy, yo.
Bro.
Certified Lover Boy. That dropped, and we.
Edit that out.
Hey, look, I tell you what, I feel like my man Drake delivered.
Edit that out. Edit it out.
Yeah, Certified Lover Boy. I think Drake delivered. Drake delivered, man. My man, that's my guy. That happened. They dropped on last Friday. I was like, Yeah, I'm here. My man.
Nah, that album is like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the middle child because that shit was the most mid album I ever heard in my life, and I'm actually super disappointed.
Okay.
Like, why is it so mid? Like, what's like all this hype and everything? Like, I'm not gonna. It was cool, but like honestly, I really only find myself listening to TSU right now.
Okay.
That's the only song I find myself listening to.
Really?
I don't get it. I don't know. It didn't give me what I wanted to receive. It's really what happened.
Okay. I mean,
song is cool though.
Yeah. If people say it's mid, hey, I'm fine with that. And I can definitely agree though on some real shit because one of my philosophies about when it comes to music is like people like to say, "Oh, this artist is trash because this album wasn't as good as the other ones." But I'm just like, when people have people have like a library, a legendary library, they're never gonna not be a phenomenal artist because they have the songs to back it up in the past.
Of course,
every single album that drops isn't gonna be the best album ever. So it's it's gonna fluctuate.
Of course, and I was like, so for Drake's joint, like, I'll admit, it's like maybe slightly above mid, maybe just slightest, but because I do like the actual raps. Every time this nigga names the time in the place,
time and location, he never took an L.
It's gonna be fire. And he did his thing where he made a song like the Too Sexy joint. Like it's not like a song,
right?
But it's
that's just like
but niggas are listening to it, playing it like it runs the charts up. OD,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's the hype. That's the bumping. That's the song you bump. And I actually full with it because it got me hyped, so I was with it.
Yeah.
But I think my current favorite song is definitely the 7 a.m. on what's it called? What's it? 7 a.m. on Bry's.
Somebody.
Somewhere. BP. We're gonna say
somebody.
BP, something like that.
Nah, TSU, bro. That shit hit. Yeah, bro. Like that shit.
Definitely vibe.
That shit hit hard. Like I wish Playboy Cardi was on that joint, cause Playboy Cardi, King Cartier himself, the inventor of all kind of music, bro. I wish he was on there, bro. That shit. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm opening up Spotify so we can see the track list. We're
gonna wait. All right. Cause I'm thinking like you about to X me out because I'm talking about Playboy Cardi.
I should have.
I'm like, bro.
I should have, yo.
I can't be silent, bro. I thought this nigga was about to mute me or something. No, but
sometimes you gotta double check.
Yo. I meant to say like how you said people talk about like somebody I was watching a YouTube video and it was like it was Love Live Serve actually. I was watching Love Live Serve.
Okay.
And he was doing a joint for $1. So he's going around asking questions and if they agree with it, they was giving him $1. So one of the questions was like, so he'll ask dumb questions, but one of them was like, name an overrated artist. This thing said Kanye West. There is no way in hell Kanye West can be considered an overrated artist.
He can't.
His
discography is way too
his first three
overpowered.
First 3-4 albums are certified classics. Like it's certified. Like
like there's one of the people who had a good 3 album run.
Like that's and even that. And then like I'm about to listen now because I got to go into a Kanye West look. Not like a rant, but like this like
I mean it's cool.
It's like 2 seconds, because y'all gotta listen to this, yo. You gotta listen to this nigga's album, bro.
Do you think Donda lived up to the You said it were both mid.
Yeah, Donda's pretty mid to me. But hold on,
go ahead.
So the first album, Kanye Dress Drop, College Dropout,
which is amazing.
And let me remind you of College Dropout hits.
All
Falls Down, Jesus Walks, Workout Plan, Slow Jams, Yes Kanye,
yes.
Twister, Jimmy Foxx, Through the Wire, even some of the like other shits too, like Graduation Day, all that. Right. Next one, Late Registration,
another classic.
The Heard 'Em Say joint with Adam Levine. Woo! If you remember this.
Hey,
Come on, like Touch the Sky with Lupe Fiasco, Gold Digger, Jimmy Foxx.
I ain't saying she a gold digger.
Like Celebration was dope too.
Yes.
Other ones, right? So I'm just going over the big one. Graduation was my favorite one.
All right.
Good Morning, right? That was cool.
Good Morning.
Then he got Champion. This is my favorite song of all time. Kanye West. We're not gonna get into that, but it got Stronger, Good Life, Tell Me Nothing, and I Wonder.
Tell me nothing.
If you know, I Wonder's on there. Flashing Lights is on there. Everything I Am. Like, come on, Homecoming.
Lights.
Right, and that's the first 3.
Yes, and that he has one of the greatest 3 album runs on some real shit.
And then he had 808 Heartbreak, but had Heartless and Love Lockdown on there. So you don't forget about that one. Listen, it's no way. I'm not gonna go over because it's like it goes. But there's no way.
Yeah,
it's no way when you got that much, like to go back on that much discography. There's no way in the world you consider overrated.
Right. I feel like once
he
you
earned that rating.
Once you reach that status, there's not like you can do kind of whatever you want.
I'm
like,
expecting,
you can't say somebody.
And you expecting big things. Like for Drake, he can never be considered overrated because no matter what he does, I'm expecting big things because of everything that he put out before.
Right.
I'm expecting something big. You know what I mean?
You can do the same thing with Drake when it has like Thank Me Later, Take Care, and Nothing Was the Same. And even some people want to say, if you read This Is Too Late, it's the greatest Drake album, but I don't like when people say that. And people who say that to me are usually way younger than me, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all have that for your age group. But I'm gonna tell you, we was sitting in
the college cafeteria when that was out.
It was Valentine's Day 2014. I remember this.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Well, we was high school.
No, 2015. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I say it was like last year. It was because I was our senior year. We was technically like high school students, but we was there.
Yeah.
That shit. Even though Nothing Was the Same is his best album, I don't care. Nobody's saying.
I'm cool with people saying that,
and I'm cool with Take Care too, because Take Care got a lot of hits.
Yeah.
But I remember how big Take Care was when it dropped. Because I remember at least I remember like I was young, like it was yesterday. Young Bull niggas is like, yo, he's singing all this,
Yeah.
So he made a big ass step, right? But then this is when niggas discovered, bro. The hip hop, if you get the fucking females that like these songs, yo, it's a rap because
you're in there.
Yo, yeah, it's a rap. Cause so
you're
like
certified.
that shit really got through, and I be thinking about that. Speaker Knockers was like because Speaker Knockers kind of sung a little bit.
Oh yeah,
but Drake really started that wave. I feel like because then there was like the A Boogies and the PNB Rocks, and shit like that. Like even the Tory Lanez is like niggas like that came from here to sound like him. But Drake said himself he wouldn't be nowhere without Kanye.
Word.
Because this is the way Kanye was, really opened up to being able to do different things.
Right.
And
but like I said, like you can't, and I'm with you. If somebody has the library, if somebody has the discography that solidified their career and actually is like makes them so memorable, you can never say they're overrated because they have what it takes to back it up.
Yeah.
So whether that's Drake or that's Kanye or Jay-Z, do you think his recent albums live up to what he did in the past? I don't think so.
Nah,
but I think they're still good.
So.
Like they're good. Like they're bomb.
But I was always a Jay-Z hater. Because I was a Nas supporter. Like I was just like Nas is the greatest rapper ever.
Right.
Like
Nas again the same boat. Like Illmatic and all that stuff. Like
He just dropped a single too. It's kind of cool.
Oh, where? I'll say that.
Well, Lauryn Hill.
Right. But I definitely think like if they have the discography, you can never see the overrated. Like they have.
Niggas in Paris is the greatest collab album of all time. I just want to put that out there though.
It's not the album. That's the song.
Watch the Throne is the greatest album. You know what album I'm talking about though. You know like what you mean. Like I don't put that out there, bro. I don't know. I think I think Kanye West is a better artist than Drake though.
Okay.
As far as we going off a whole timeline,
just
because like I can't imagine like I feel like when Kanye West get on a song, and when I'm saying artist, I'm talking about lyrics. The like type of influence, like
the overall
what they play to the production, like literally everything involved in like the creation of that song is what I mean. And because I just feel like because Kanye also does the productions and he changes the whole creative mind of whoever doing shit like with him. Because when you really go over a lot of classics, especially like them them 2000s and shit like that, 2010s early, a lot of it even his Kanye West is featuring, you can see how big of impact he put on there.
For sure, because Kanye.
And that's just that's too big. Like when Drake get on the joint, Drake will put a lot of niggas on, and he gonna make this shit sound fire.
Yes.
Because on his part, but I feel like Kanye West makes the whole song fire because of that production part.
Yeah, Kanye. I feel like that's the part that lacks. Kanye has an ear for sound. Like you'd be like, wow, this is gonna work, and you'd be like, at first you'd be like, what's that? Like what? And you hear it again, you'd be like, wow, that kind of does sound amazing. So,
but then again, I don't even know.
Definitely got it.
Can I really say Drake's a better rapper though? After that whole ghostwriter thing though, I just like I'm confused.
So all right, if we go take it back to that, I remember that. I
know everybody got ghostwriters. They gonna say whatever.
See, I was gonna say
but
like
it's like we know him.
If Drake, the thing is, first off, here's what I'm gonna say about that. Like, there's a lot of people that go into like songs. And when I say like that, like a lot of work goes into songs. Like it's not a lot of times not just like one artist that writes it. You know what I mean? So it's not just. I think the issue was that people assumed it was all Drake, and when they found that it wasn't, they were like, "Yo, what the hell?" But there's a lot of people who have ghostwriters, or a lot of people that like help make a song. And a lot of times on Wikipedia, you'll say like the writers of the song is not just the artist of the song, but just other people that have their names written. So like if you don't look it up to see who else wrote it, then like that's on you, and you're the one who tripped yourself out.
I will also say though too, this came at a time, right? I feel like where he was doing a lot of like he was rapping.
Yeah.
So when people, right, and people are including him, and this is the same time, this is when like the Kendrick Lamar, popping out and everything like that.
Yeah.
So Kendrick Lamar hot and shit like that too. And we saying, all right, Kendrick Lamar the best rapper, especially right now, whatever. Arguments are people making arguments for Drake.
Yes.
So then it's like, all right, we're arguing that you're the greatest rapper all the time. You ain't even write them rhymes.
Okay.
So like now it's like it was. I think it had a lot to do with the timing of the argument.
It's possible
because it's like, damn, you fucking how you this top greatest rapper, you ain't writing your rhymes.
Okay.
That's just, you know what I'm saying, like.
So then the terminology you want to use is a great artist, which is okay, and I'm fine with that too.
I think, I definitely think that's when people really started. Like, I know for me personally, I can separate, but I know when you talk to some people, you say artist, rapper, like, you know what I'm saying, they kind of think of it more one and the same. But I definitely can separate it because, like, I'm not gonna say greatest rapper, and I say most people when they say greatest rapper, they say somebody like they be saying like niggas like Biggie, they say niggas like Kendrick Lamar,
Rakim,
especially right now, Rakim, Big L, like shit like that.
Say Jadakiss,
you know what I'm saying, Jada, but these are just straight rappers,
of course.
You know what I'm saying? They really going based off that New York like style of hip hop, just doom like just spitting bars like or some real nigga shit like type thing. It's not about like the whole production of like the song.
So for you, is rapper and lyricist interchangeable in these sentences?
Almost, yeah.
Almost, okay.
Almost. But well, all right, so if I was to say greatest lyricist, even that, when I say so I feel like rapper has to do with the lyrics, flow, delivery, all that.
Okay.
But it's all it's the words coming out your mouth when I'm saying rapper. Yes. So lyrics could be, you could have some tight lyrics, but the way you delivering it, your flow, how you come on the beat can make a big difference between this person being higher than you on a greatest rapper scale. You know what I'm saying? For me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there will be more like considered like similars, but I wouldn't say they're like synonyms. If that makes sense. Got it. You know what I mean? So, but most of the greatest rappers are good lyricists. But like somebody like Biggie, who I think has one of the greatest flows of all time, he sounds just good because he just flowing.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people put Tupac in those conversations with him, not because he's a better rapper, but because they consider Tupac a greater artist.
Yes.
Because of him impact on just the world and
which
being
is
that
real.
Like, they felt like he bigger than hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So that's when they really created that difference between artists and shit like that. But I personally feel like I created that difference between artist and rapper. Yeah. When this whole Drake and shit like happened and as time went on type joint. But
right, I feel like when people are like when there's rappers that are good lyricists, I really appreciate that, but I also hate when people be like down on them just because like their chorus ain't that good. Because sometimes some rappers be having bomb verses, but the chorus ain't make the cut. You know what I mean?
I know, but that's what make the song though. You know
I know the chorus makes the song, and that's why people they try to show like, oh, they're not even that good. But I'm like, did you hear the lyrics? They be like, well, we don't listen to the verse. Like I would say, like, you ever heard of Hobson?
Of course,
Hobson I think has some bomb verses, but his choruses don't be hitting like that. Or like
his
Flawless Real Talk. That's my man.
His rap is a little different than like how I like rap, like type joint. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the white boy that's rapping, he rapping real fast. He's like, doing whatever. Like, it don't blow up because it's like it just sound different. Like
you mean like Logic or something like that?
Someone like
even though Logic has
not even like Logic, like them, like you. It'll be more like I can't think of one right now, but it'll be like a YouTube rapper.
Okay, yeah.
That's like, you know, he got spitting, he's saying shit and he's spitting fast, but it's like it might not hit, and I think it don't hit because like when you talk about rapping, it's a lot of stuff. It's about like people feel it, like it kind of like correlates to them.
Yeah, rap stands for rhythm and poetry.
Yeah,
so when you have the rhythm part of it, it just makes it seem like amazing.
So I feel like for me, it don't like that rap like that type of rap sometimes don't hit me. Cause I don't know what it is, but it hasn't appealed to me. But he is a good rapper though.
Yeah.
But I would never put him on anything else. But he has bars though. You know what I'm saying?
Like
or somebody like Cassidy too.
Yeah.
And that's a good one because Cassidy's rhymes kind of like appeal to me. And not that I'm some nigga in the street, but like
damn.
Yeah, but like like just as a black man and just seeing shit like you.
It's kind of
like you can't really. He ain't really making no songs. Like, I'm like, I'm not listening to that. Like, he was dissing Tory Lanez. I'm like, I'm not listening to this shit.
Word.
I'm on Team Tory Lanez. Like, that nigga can make hits. Like, I want like, what the fuck? Like, I don't want to hear that.
Right. It's kind of like when you're in high school, like, and you guys get in a cipher or something like that. It's kind of like you're actually listening to what people are saying.
Yeah.
But then, like, but you're not gonna hop on the track because you can't make like a bomb ass like song. You know what I mean? I know what you're saying.
Like, I was gonna say like us, but no, we drop bangers.
Of course, yeah, that's all we do. 24/7. Nothing.
It's hard to make a song though.
Cool.
It's very hard.
Yeah, it's talk. Man, another thing that happened this weekend, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Oh yeah, that shit was
This
hard.
is a really bomb weekend, that movie. If y'all don't know, I'm a Marvel fanatic, I love all this joint. So I saw this joint opening day, and I saw it the next morning after that too. So like, I was like, I was
wondering, like, this nigga was like,
I saw it twice.
This nigga like,
I gotta see the third.
He went to the movies and shit like that. Like, we all knew he went to the movies. I was waiting. And then Blair came home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Big
Blair
Blair
was like, so niggas was like, all right, Vic, where you at? He's like, oh my bad, I'm at the movies. I'm like, nigga, you were just at the movies the night before. Like,
I was.
What do you mean? Like,
I saw it again.
I don't blame him though. That shit was fire.
And I'll gladly see the third time too.
Niggas is saying like this is a top 5 Marvel movie type joint.
They're saying it's like some people saying it's the best solo origin Marvel movie, like for like an origin hero.
Okay,
like they're saying it's like the best one of those.
I would say so. Only thing I can see as a competition for me would be Doctor Strange. It's the only origin movie that I think I kind of like compare because I like the fight scenes. You know what I'm saying? And I love when they can be as imaginable as possible. Mm-hmm. So someone like Doctor Strange, like one of my favorite Marvel movies, like I said, Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Yep.
Because he fighting the Mysterio nigga.
Yeah,
so
all
it's
the bots and stuff.
You can do whatever you want with that. You can make the fight scenes however you want. And for someone like
big time.
So I like those type of things. And obviously it's a superhero and stuff, so like they can do whatever. But that joint, I don't know, bro. Like I said, I love Far From Home, but the way they was getting down. I don't know. That shit was tough, yo. That was like, I think that might have had the best fight scenes, yo.
Shang-Chi?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was up there. Like, of course,
was crazy,
they was talking about how, it's inspired by Jackie Chan and all that stuff. And it was like, like, this is really dope. The fight scenes were just like, you couldn't predict what was going to happen at all.
Bro,
like, you couldn't predict what move people were going to do. You were just like, yo, he just did that?
And niggas was making new moves at the time.
I can't even,
Like,
I can't even be like, yo, what the heck? How'd they even think of to do that for this movie? But what else I really liked about it was I think every character I think every actor did a phenomenal job portraying their character because I felt every emotion that was going through like in there. I felt like so many emotions. I felt sympathy. I felt happiness. I felt sadness. I felt humor. Well, can you feel humor? There was humor, but I felt all those in the same movie. I'm just like, they did a phenomenal job like putting that together. And I felt it every time they said something. I was just like, wow, I felt it. And I think they really mean it. Like, it was just amazing. Yeah, like the actual story, the conflict between father and son is like, dang, what's about to happen?
And it's like, yo, I will say though, because at first I was so confused for a second. Yeah. Spoiler alert, because it's gonna be so. I was confused because I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, he's really sending these niggas like they could have killed. If they wasn't nice like that, they really could have killed them. But I guess as a dad, you probably know like y'all really can't fuck with him type joint.
Yeah, that's what he said.
But as time went on, I'm like, yo, he's really being. I'm like, all right, so. You're like, it's like it would be like living when you like living in a dream. Like you just think everything's real, like right. Or the case may be. So I'm like, for him, I'm like, all right, because he thinks he's doing the right thing. He thinks whatever he's doing is actually going on, but he's being pulled through obviously something evil, whatever the case may be. Yeah, and I like how they rocked out like that. So yeah, that conflict was lit, and I like that too. The movie the movie itself, like you can kind of see how the movie goes. It was like the way like they did well at obviously like portraying their characters. But as the movie goes, you kind of know how the movie is. You kind of see the hero going to win, something's going to happen, like they're going to beat the bad guy, right? You all know that's going to happen, but I like that they actually tried because there's some movies where I'm like, I feel like they were just, it was movie as either a filler or just to throw the character into the universe. Right. So now you understand. Like for me, the Black Widow movie felt like that. It was kind of like, it was an origin, but it kind of was just like, let's make a movie so a filler for what else coming on. Yeah. And for that joint, I could not say that. Like the way they was really bodying them niggas and like, the way they really like fought and portrayed that shit was just too tough. Like
on some real, and what else is also really dope, all characters wise, like the villain. It's like it's a good villain when you can kind of like feel like, yo, I understand what you're trying to do here. Like, when you have a villain where they're like, I can kind of feel why you're doing this, and it's like they have kind of like justification behind doing certain things. You're kind of like, dang, this is a really good story because you really don't know what's better because you feel for them too, and that's what really dope too.
Are you talking about when he was trying to get the wife back?
Yeah, like it's kind of like, yo, I want to do this because I want my wife back. This is for love purposes, or like I'm doing this because hey, I still love my kids, but I need y'all to help me out and get our family back. I'm like, it's kind of like real,
but it's kind of crazy because he was about to kill his son for real. Like, it really came down to
like,
it.
Look, if you're not with me, you against me. Like, what's up? I'm like,
I guess
damn.
even for him, even those ideas and ideology could have really been persuaded by the rings on him. Like, it probably could have really clouded his judgment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just it made it like, yo, it's like. But I mean, but once he realized, all right, she not there, and he was rocking with the team. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
He didn't have to kill himself though. He could have definitely split five rings, and he probably would have demolished that boy. That's what I'm saying. Like, cause you see him working with the rings, like I'm like, oh, this nigga tough. And the crazy thing is, I will say, obviously, I know it's a movie, so I gotta act like whatever. But it's like the level of progress with some of them because he just learned those techniques. Like,
Yeah.
well, they did show the backlash of him being young and showing it, but she literally like showed him like it was like very quickly. And then when he went to the aunt, but they did show like a back scene of his mom showing him some joints, whatever. But it was like he literally said like, "Yo, like how do I beat him?"
Yeah,
and she was showing him shit like he didn't pick it up until the aunt showed him. Even a girl with the arrow, fucking, Hawkeye and shit like that. Like she got nice with that shit quick as hell. Like
quick.
So I know this is a movie thing, so I gotta let it rock. But it's like
the way I would interpret that is like because Shang-Chi when he grew up training, like because remember he said my dad told me everywhere how to kill a man. Like I know how to do all this stuff. So if he learned all these fighting styles growing up, I feel like as time goes by, once you learn all these fighting styles, it's kind of like probably easy for you to learn how to do something else. How to learn another fighting style.
It might, but the whole harboring the fucking rings like that.
Yeah,
I feel like that's
the rings.
There's hard
the power and shit.
Yeah, but no, mind you though. Remember what the mom did, right? When she took them Jones, she threw the ring at her. She made her own.
The Kamehameha joint,
hit the bitch like Goku. He did the same thing, and it changed colors. It was almost like the ring was in his possession. To be able to do that, bro, come on, like he ain't never touched the rings before. Mm-hmm. Like he never had and honestly, no one really knows how to wield the power of the rings except for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's kind of hard to like. That's what I'm saying. Like stuff like that. Yeah, fighting wise you can, but that was like a specific technique.
Yeah.
Also, side note, I think this movie is how Avatar: The Last Airbender real life movie should have been. Because you see, bro, these niggas are like waterbenders, airbenders, all them, but it look hard, like live, like you know what I'm saying. This shit look hard. That's how fucking the Avatar: Last Airbender should have been. But that shit was not like that, as we all know. It was one of my most disappointing things I've ever experienced in my life.
Oh my Jesus!
But that's a side note. But yo, yeah, Shang-Chi. I don't know if I'm watching. Well, I might watch it twice like you did. I go on Tuesdays,
right?
Because of cinema.
They are.
It's $5-6. So I be going over there. But that shit was I fuck with that movie though.
I just have this thing where I gotta see opening day because I'm a fanatic, man.
You watched the both ending credits joint too?
Yeah.
Oh, where? Yeah.
Yeah, I had posted some theories on my TikTok after I saw that joint. So, and some people are theorizing the same thing. The mid-credit scene, once again, spoilers if you haven't seen the movie, this is like legit. Of course, we see Wong was like, yo, Shang-Chi, where you at? And Katie, they came with him to go analyze the rings with Bruce Banner and the
bitch from Mr. Marvel.
Yeah, Carol, Captain Marvel. So, and they're talking about, and Bruce is like, this is definitely not vibranium, like, and then Carol's like, this is not Chitauri, which is the army of aliens that Loki had.
Then she do that bullshit again when she's like, oh, I gotta go.
Right, I was gonna get to that too. So, the thing is, Wong was like, yo, like, how long has your dad find these rings? He was like 1,000 years ago. He's like, well, the heat signatures are saying like it's been way longer than 1,000 years. And I was like, yo, so what's been around for way longer than 1,000 years, maybe even longer on Earth? And I said, oh, the Eternals.
I was about to say
movie.
that.
And because they said it's a beacon sending out a signal. And I was like, wow, so what if they're signaling the Eternals? Because if you remember the beginning of the movie, the mom was saying to dad that the dad, when he got the rings, he has powers like a god, the strength of a god, and also was granted eternal life. So I figured, like, what if when the Eternals came to Earth, these were just like an artifact or a weapon from the Eternals that they just kind of they lost it or didn't have a hand of possession of it anymore. So the dad came across it, found it, and now he got them and he's been using them. And then the signal didn't come out until Shang-Chi activated them because they're supposed to be that gold color. But Shang-Chi's dad had them, they were like purple bluish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, dang, they're probably signaling out the Eternals. And that's probably why Captain Marvel left, because, she's out in space. So they might be either contacting the Eternals who are on Earth, but also they're from outer space. And they're also like servants of the Celestials.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's probably where everything's going.
It makes sense too, because Eternals is the next movie.
Yes.
Like, so, I mean, it makes sense. Well, does it come after or before Spider-Man?
Before.
Okay. So yeah, Eternals that's the next movie. So it kind of makes sense if that was to be the like some kind of glue to the Eternals, especially being able to put them back in the universe.
Yeah.
And that's setting up for a whole nother big ass Marvel collab, because now they're all together. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Gotta connect.
You know what I mean? So dang, I can I mean, that would be tough though.
Yeah.
And I would definitely bring them all together. Go ahead. The last credit joint too.
Yeah.
That was just simple. Did you get anything out of that joint? Like,
so I personally didn't. Of course, I got what everybody else got out of it by looking at it when his sister, Xialing, took over the 10 rings. Some people are talking about how they don't know whether she's going to use it for good or use it for evil,
Yeah.
or what she's actually going to just make of it in general. So some people think she's going to make that the new way that she makes tournaments, because of course she owned the place where they had tournaments and like fighting games.
That's what I was thinking at first.
Or she could either keep what her dad was doing because she just wanted the power, or she might use it for good, because we don't really know. So there wasn't enough information, so they're just predictions at that point. So all we know is that she's in charge.
So she wasn't in charge. I did notice that they did the whole unified training thing, just like they did for with the Tai Lo when they was doing that.
Yeah.
So I almost felt like, I don't know. I couldn't really piece too much together. Obviously, then her like right hand man seemed like is the big guy with the fucking replaceable arm again. Yeah. What's his name?
All we know is as Razor Fist. We don't know his name. That's all we're gonna call him, is Razor Fist. Yeah. And also the dude that was in that building with the fighting. That was on her other side. Remember the dude that he was like bus boy,
the one that was running the joint. Yeah, right. I seen him.
He was on the other
side. So that's why.
Yeah.
So that's why when I initially seen, because he said they were waiting, and then I see him. I thought like maybe they're gonna start the whole joint over, whatever case. But the fact they was training together in that same facility, I mean, she could just do that. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, why would that be an ending credit scene if it's just so simple as her growing her own fight joint?
The thing is, when it's a credit scene, it gave us a piece of information that we should keep in mind. If you ask me,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But I'm like, my thing was, mind you, they have their own grand scheme. But I'm like, what would be the big picture and her just forming her own ring again, versus something like something like like she either gonna be a pivotal part of a good or pivotal part of a bad type joint.
So and I can feel you there. Like I get that. So instead of it just being like, hey, I'm just gonna just take what I had over there and move it here. Then So it seems like she's gonna use it and use the 10 rings as like some way. We don't know if it's good or bad. So we'll see what happens. Real rap. So yeah, that movie was outstanding. I loved it so much, and I also felt like I was a part of history because it was such a big movie for the Asian community.
Yeah,
like just like how Black Panther was for us, for like as a Black community, this was like a huge movie for Asian representation, and I felt like I got to be a part of that history. Just
what would you rate it?
The movie out of like what, 5?
You do 5 or 10. Well, I guess the same shit.
If you do the right decimals, the same thing. You know what I mean? Wow. Can I do like a 4.2?
You can do whatever you feel like.
Yeah, 4.2. That's what I'm gonna do.
So if it was out of 10, it'd be 9.4.
Something like that.
9.4 sounds so much better than 4.2 for some reason. Like, say if someone told me like I got a 4.2 out of 5 versus I got a 9.4 out of 10. For some reason, 9.4 sounds like a bigger number, but obviously I know it's not.
Yeah, facts.
Wait, actually, no, it wouldn't be.
Nah. It would be 4.2 is in the 80s. So
yeah, it'd be an 80 something, right?
I want it to be in the 90s, so let's do a 92 out of 100. 90, which is a 9.2 out of 10.
All right, yeah, about to say, because when I thought about the math, I'm like, wait, that's
I don't know how to rate movies on like those scales. I just know how to grade papers, so I'm gonna give it an A. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm gonna give it a 92A. You know what I mean?
All right, 92A, low A.
So A minus, yeah.
Well, A start, whatever.
90.
Yeah. All right, cool. That's
depending on what school district you in, but ours is.
I think I'll give it. My favorite Marvel movie will always be Infinity War.
Okay.
Just because as a person who loves Marvel but doesn't read the comics as much,
I
didn't really know what the fuck was going on.
Oh, okay.
I knew there was gonna be another movie, but it really got me because I wanted to, and I know this is about to turn into a whole Marvel podcast. That's not what's gonna happen. We could cut out a little bit of Blair's Outburst.
Okay.
Either way, but so we know our time. But the movie itself, right?
Yeah.
I kept trying to figure out how the good guy's about to win.
And
I'm like, this is no way. Like, I watched the movie, like, and that's the one thing, even though I know movies don't do comic books to a T, but it definitely gets a better feeling when I don't exactly know what's going on.
Of course.
Because, like, even people that read comics, they watch the movie, I think because it's like a culture to them. They watch the movie, but I don't want to know, I don't want to have an idea what's going to happen sometimes. You know, I kind of want to speculate myself. But obviously, sometimes they follow. My little brother said sometimes they follow the comments. So I'm like, all right, cool. I guess that's fair. But like, I remember just watching the movie, and I remember starting the scene off. This nigga is boxing fucking Incredible Hulk. I'm like, yo, this man is crazy. Like, box him up. He fucking him up. Nigga like, let him play. And then nigga square with his ball, bam, bam, bam. I'm like, all right, cool. All right, this type Tommy on. And I'm like, no one's beating him with no rings.
Yep.
So I'm like, now he has 3-4, and I'm like, how the fuck are they supposed to win?
Yeah.
It's like, it's 340 Jones. Ain't nobody was stopping him when he had 1, when he had 0. Like, nobody was stopping him. So I'm like, all right, now he had 4. I'm like, how the fuck the good guys supposed to win? So then
like
I'm watching.
He's getting mad OP right now.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, like this. He was already nice. Like he was already 95 overall.
He got,
now he was 99. Like now he 105 overall. Like I'm like, how's he doing this shit? And or how they gonna stop him? And I'm like, all right, cool. So now obviously you get to that scene where the nigga he get all emotional, like, where's my girl? Blah, 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 blah. Bust it up, whatever the case may be. But I was watching, like, yo, there has to be some way that the good people win.
Yeah.
And it never happened.
Right. And it's just I like
wow,
that. It's the first time it really
because you're always looking for the good person to win or the good guys to win in the movies, any kind of movie. And I was like, damn, they didn't. And then it was a good story. I like the story for it too.
Of course.
Like the story was lit. Like it really was like, it was like that. I was mad about Incredible Hulk being a little bitch. Also, once again, Incredible Hulk not getting tough and hard is a fucking simile for erectile dysfunction. I think if someone on a Marvel studio has erectile dysfunction and he keeps trying to input it into movies, bro. Because come on, bro. Yo, he couldn't get hard, bro. Like, that's what happened, yo.
I'm sick of this dude, yo.
Bro, they couldn't get hard, bro. They keep doing that, bro. Like, you couldn't perform, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Because he failed before, and it's like, nah, I'm not
gonna do it again. Like the nigga, all right, he wanted to go fuck the joint, whatever, right?
Right.
He fell through, he didn't perform right, so the joint gave him another try. Now he nervous as hell and shit, like, nah, your blood not going down there now. Now you can't get up in there, bro, because you already fucked up, or you nutted too early or something. Dude. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get a sponsorship from Viagra, so I'm gonna get you talking about.
Hell yeah. Wow. He's trying to support. He needs. Everybody deserves a love life. Come on.
Yeah,
now.
bro. Everybody deserves a love life. Would you like the red pill or the blue pill? I'm just trying to get a sponsorship.
That's dope.
No,
if I just,
definitely
I guess just to put my input in, I do love Infinity War. That's dope. It's hard for me to rank all the movies, but I think if I have to pick my favorite movie, I'm always gonna go probably like Captain America: Civil War.
That's a lit one though.
Like, cause I just think one, it's realistic in the aspect of it's like, hey, y'all superheroes getting out of hand. We gotta regulate some stuff because you got to. Yeah, like we're like a lot of people are dying.
Strong ass niggas, no government.
Like let's regulate this joint. So the government try to get involved. Now, granted, like yeah, I mean that was realistic. So not granted nothing. So, and then when it came to like the fact that the whole team, all the characters that you love, had a conflict amongst each other, and it's like, yo, so whose side do you pick? That was big before the movie dropped. It was like, yo, are y'all Team Cap or Team Iron Man? I was like, dang, I don't even know. But I think when it first came out, I think I was Team Iron Man.
Team Edward.
Man. Okay, we're gonna go back to that later. Anyway, I think I was Team Iron Man when it was coming out, and to me it kind of made sense though. It was like, yeah, we need to regulate this strings, but I also felt for Cap too, and it's like I felt both sides. So that movie overall was bomb, and it's also crazy. The fight scenes between the two teams was like crazy OD. Also the introduction to Black Panther, like well, kind of like it's the first movie came out. I was like, yeah, we got to see my man's Black Panther here out here, but also it was crazy because it's like. The conflict that you originally thought happened wasn't even the real conflict regarding like they thought Black Panther got involved because he thought somebody Winter Soldier killed him, but he wasn't. But then that had to do with Zemo in the back, and it's like wow, like it's like dramatic irony, and I really forward it. So overall, the movie was like really dope.
Why do you think they always choose? Why do you think they chose Captain America movies to always include so many like different Avenger characters in there, or like be the show like of like. Black Panther, that was a big revealing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. Why do you think they chose Captain America? Because you would think, because I feel like it was already popular, and then you had something like Tony Stark who started this shit off, but he was always rocking by himself as Iron Man movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was rocking by himself. So I always wondered, like, why, or you had an input on why they chose Captain America movies to be the ones to just be like, you know what, fuck it. Let's put everybody in this bitch.
Right, because in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, they introduced, of course, the Winter Soldier. They introduced a Falcon. So
wait, isn't Winter Soldier when they introduced Black Panther?
No, it was Civil War.
You sure?
Positive.
Okay.
Winter Soldier is when they introduced Falcon, the other black character. Yeah. Why do I think they chose it?
So
I think if I had to give an immediate answer, I just feel like it fits best into the story. Like if you think about the Iron Man movies. again, that started off the first Iron Man movie they introduced the 10 rings, which was a recall back for Shang-Chi. So that's why when Shang-Chi came around, they get to recall back to the first Iron Man movie. The 10 rings was an organization that captured Iron Man.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2.
Yeah, I remember.
They got to introduce War Machine. So Rhodey became War Machine actually, and then Iron Man 3, they got to see more of like Iron Man without what he could do without his suit and all that jazz. But through Captain America, I just think it fit the story, I guess, the most because if the conflict revolved around Bucky, like the Winter Soldier, it has to do with Captain America and what he felt on his point of view. So I think it kind of just made it easier to. I don't know if it had to do with. I don't think it has to do with popularity of the character of the movies because at that point, the Civil War, Marvel was already was rocking with shit. So they definitely built it up. So my quick answer is that it fit best into the story to introduce during the Captain America movies.
I got one more question. Damn, it might not be enough time. Right. But who's your favorite Spider-Man?
Who is my favorite Spider-Man?
Who's your favorite Spider-Man?
Myself. Now I'm playing.
This nigga said myself. This nigga really do think he's Spider-Man though.
I am though.
They got silhouette challenge.
You talking about one of the three, or can I include Miles Morales?
I'm going one of the three.
One of the three.
Miles Morales was lit.
He is. He's newer, of course. He came out.
Also, I think Sway Lee is becoming the official soundtrack for the Marvel movies. Just putting it out there.
Oh yeah, because he's definitely in the Shang-Chi joint. He's definitely in the Miles Morales joint.
But you always and I'm just like, bro, this nigga has gotta have some kind of content. But yeah, that's exclude Miles Morales. Could you include? No, I'm talking about
if we just talking about from live action movies, I'm gonna go with Tom Holland. Tom Holland. Like it's I can talk about this all day, for real.
That's what I was saying. Like
I'm gonna give you my. We can talk about this in another podcast. My answer is Tom Holland. I love all three of them. I don't hate any of them. People try to down Andrew Garfield. I think he did a phenomenal job. I think
he in the Spider-Man movie. I think they in the new joint.
That's what people thinking.
I think that joint. He showed. It was a clip. He was on set.
Oh yeah,
he was talking. You know what I'm saying? Like something got to be going on.
We excited. Look, the thing is, nothing is 100% confirmed, but we have really good speculations.
Yeah, he was talking. Mine's is Tom Holland too.
Okay,
I think he's the most Spider-Man. Yeah, like to be honest. Tobey Maguire, maybe all of us were depressed, but he was really sad Spider-Man. And when I think about you know what I'm saying, it was.
You look back at it, yeah.
And think it looked like he was 30, as a Spider-Man. But the Spider-Mans, I feel like a lot of people say Tobey Maguire because of ages. It means more. It's nostalgia. It's different. But
I feel for it. I completely understand it because that was my introduction to Spider-Man, and I loved those movies.
But Tom Holland is the nigga's literally, he is Spider-Man. When I think about Spider-Man, I can't imagine no one's playing Spider-Man better than how he plays Spider-Man.
Right.
It's just I don't see it happening.
Word.
But yeah,
we can do that another time. I can go in depth with that one. But let's finish it off with Blair's Outburst. We can do this real quick.
Yeah, our producers are telling us run out of time.
Real right. Yeah. All right. Red light. Cool. See that.
My bad.
Go to Instagram.
Yeah. Huh?
Can you go to Instagram?
Oh yeah.
The chat and just read that out loud for us.
Wait, go to Instagram. Oh, damn! Last time I read, Dave said I couldn't read. All right. Oh, so I ain't see this. All right. So this is my first one.
What's Blair's Outburst? This is what he shared to us. I think he.
Right. So this is from Spiritual World.
No, it isn't. What is that?
Spiritual World.
Yeah, there it is. You're right.
Yeah, maybe we can tag him, whatever. It says, as a man, you should never watch your woman struggle to pay bills. Dump her and find one with some money. Hey, yo, right?
Oh man, what's your first thoughts? Yeah,
I mean, what's the meme? You had me in the first half. Because I'm like, yeah, I knew it was about to be some bullshit. I ain't even people said it. It's something side husband. Yeah, I should have knew this was gonna be some bullshit. But it said, as a man, you should never watch your woman struggle to pay bills. I mean, you really shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what kind of arrangement y'all have. We say struggle to pay bills. Is this y'all living together?
Yeah.
Or this is she got her own house and you paying over there or something like that? I mean, that's kind of excessive at that point.
Right.
If you're going to do all that, fucking move together. But if you think about, y'all live together and you got all the money and, say if y'all doing half rent, you know what I'm saying? You might easily make enough to pay both versus her struggling and bring half of it, something like that. I mean, I guess, you know what I'm saying? I guess it depends, circumstances. But at the same time, who wants to do that? So that comes into the second half. I mean, it would be a lot easier to find, to find a woman with that type of money or have. But mind you, though, any nigga that do that, try to find a new one with money, bro, that her prices just went up. So you still gotta have more money than her regardless. So it's like you always. I feel like a lot of women are looking for, especially women with money. They don't care about the money part, whatever, but they still want you to bring it to the table because they don't want you to be a leech.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or they want you to work as hard as them. So say if that did happen, say in the grand scheme, you did dump this woman. Say if you're out there, right?
Yep.
You're watching your girl struggle, and you're like, damn, this bitch is broke, right? So this is what you're thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're thinking about dumping a new one to get. Remember, if this girl has more money, that means you have the more money. Because there's no way a girl. I feel like women want their man to make more money sometimes. Not to say they don't want them to like dominate or take away from their independence, but I think they like that knowledge that, okay, yo, you working too, you getting your money too. I think they like that knowledge, not like you making less than me type thing. I feel like in the back of it, for some women, it's like they just want to know at least you on that same grind, same wave as them type of joint. So I feel like when you get a woman still, you probably still gonna want to make more than them, and so they might be in the same realm again. Because then y'all might get a house that costs more or whatever the case may be. But I mean, I don't know. That's kind of like, so that shit something Future must have said. Like nigga, because Future.
For real. So obviously that post is like a joke, right? We laugh and of course it's hilarious. I think we really touched we touched on this a lot when we had talked about who what you bring into the table, like who the prize is. So we kind of touched on some of these, but when it comes to that, again, it's all situational. Of course, if you living together, she should never be struggling to pay. Like, let's say you have a deal where like y'all split mortgage, but I cover this bill, you cover that bill, you split the bills. Like if she's struggling to pay those bills, I would never watch that happen because there can always be like maybe she got laid off or the money didn't come in this week, whatever situation may be. If she's struggling or we had to pay for something else because family wise, I would never want to watch her struggle to pay half of the bills because collectively we're a team and regardless. So hell no, I would never want to watch her struggle like that.
Of course,
but this post makes it seem like we're not talking about y'all together, living together, or y'all are probably living your own lives, but y'all just came together, y'all started dating. Like,
fuck no.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, that's what.
No,
it seems
I
like.
do. That's what I'm saying.
Like
that's what I'm saying. Fuck
so
no. I mean,
if you seeing her struggle to pay bills, I think you gotta go with how close you are. Now, reason being, I don't want to help you pay your bills unless I think if we're going far together. You know what I mean?
Like you gotta be
if I think we about to really go far, I'm taking you like super serious, then I'll be like, I might consider like, hey, I could throw you a couple of dollars this month.
Couple of dollars though. Just is like you gonna throw a rack on a monthly basis.
If I got it like that, I don't know if I would go over 2 months. You know what I mean? Like get back on your feet. Yeah, if I got it like that.
So it's
because some people try to give the advice like, don't always be so selfish, help other people out. But then other people I hear also like say like, don't always worry about other people, worry about yourself too. So I don't want to like put myself in monetary jeopardy by helping her pay her bills because I got my own bills. So if she's struggling to pay her bills, I might feel bad that I'm like, I can't help you. I'm about to just leave you. But I also don't want to be the one like that she's relying on, or like, because then I don't want to also make her feel like she has debt to me. Yeah. Even though I'm gonna be like, pay me back. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna be like, pay me back.
Because like,
you gonna say pay me back?
Yo, if you just said a rack, if I paid up like a couple of racks,
bro, but the way this is talking, it's not asking about struggling to pay bills. That means that they're gonna struggle. Like that's what they do. They struggle. Your money's not coming back to you. You are paying that money. Is never coming back.
So again, this is gonna have to do with the fact that if I think we're gonna go far, and I know you're gonna bounce back, and maybe I guess grow, then maybe I will help you. Because I think I gotta get a kindness in my heart to help out, but I don't know if I can do it for so long.
You know what's so weird though too? The niggas who give the most be the niggas with the least. Because I be thinking about like these billionaires and everything, right? Yep. Say whatever. These niggas might donate $100,000, $1 million. Yeah, bro, that's like 0.00% of their whole wealth. Like, right? Yeah, that's like us right now as regular like middle class workers giving somebody $5 or giving somebody $1.
On some real.
Like to be honest, it was compare and contrast. Like you said, like you do gotta worry about yourself. And most of the people that be saying like to worry about yourself, be the rich niggas, because that's how they got to where they want. The rich. It be the nigga with no money talking about, yeah, you got to give and shit like that. But I'm like, think about it. You don't have no money because you got that mindset. Not to say not to give, but if you was to work on yourself first, you know what I mean? Then get yourself to that level. Point, now you can help some people. Now you can do what you got to do.
You can do that.
It's easy to donate money when you're a fucking 53 billionaire person just sitting chilling. Yeah, I can donate $1 million.
Yeah.
Not a lot of times. I could donate $1 million 999 times.
It might also go with like if you're in like middle class or maybe lower class and you want to give, perhaps the people and maybe like family in your immediate circle are also in the same boat. So if you, there's probably like a lot more times where you're struggling, it's like, hey, let me help you out. But if you in that top 1%, like let's say a billionaire, you probably already have your family and your close people are probably well set up. Or at least you put them on in some way, shape, or form. So maybe you don't have to give to those close people you have. You know what I mean? So if, and also, yes, you said charity and stuff. That's great. They got extra money to throw around. But I think what I have to do is like, think about your close family or close friends. They're probably in the same situation as you. Not the billionaires, but like they're at least well off. You know what I mean?
I'm about to say, yeah. I mean, if you're a billionaire, your family should be straight. Like, if they're not, then there's something wrong with them. Like,
for sure,
because you don't have to do nothing really. You could just put stocks in their names or something like that, or you can just give them $1 billion. You got 53 of them sitting around, whatever the case may be. But I will say though too, it's also like, yo, I be thinking like, all right, if you struggling to pay your bills, like, what kind of mindset you got? Did you go for a house that you can't pay for, or that you ain't making enough money to do? Are you spending money shopping to go out with your friends rather than paying electric bills? Like, what are you doing with your money? Like, or how are you going about getting that money? Or did you like, stuff like that? So if that getting, or say if you're struggling to pay your bills, but you working 20 hours a week, I'm like, work some more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to, like, you can't just like, it's different when you fucking with rich people, but you're a middle class person, or we at our age and we're growing and shit like that.
Yeah, right now
we're not gonna have it all right now. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that, or that, like I said too, like, are you your bill due, but you just went out to dinner or went out to the bar, stuff like that?
Yeah.
Now you can't. Nah, I'm not helping. Like I remember I had people who asked me for bread, be like $50, whatever. A lot of my friends, I'm cool giving it like to, like, especially like Marquise Thomas, whatever. We be like, well, Thomas sucks at paying me back. But it's just love. It come back though. I don't say nothing because it come back either next time he go out, he spot, or whatever the case may be, whatever. Like, we like family. Like, niggas is family, so it's not big. But it's like, or say like somebody like Marquise. Me and Marquise always, we always borrow, like, we might borrow bread from each other. Like, yo, can I spot me? I get extra 30, can I get a 40, whatever. We get back, right? But there's niggas, right, who ask me for bread, and I'm like, I got it. But it get to a point where I'm like, you don't have, you need this $50 for this, and you saying you need $50 this, but I'm like, you just on IG at the bar doing this, doing that. And I'm like, why you, like, I don't feel comfortable now. I don't feel comfortable giving you that bread, like, especially for me, because I'm like, yo, niggas work for that. So now I feel uncomfortable because I'm about to give you $50, right, to handle your business, but just the day before you want to spend $65 to go out to eat and drink in the bar, like, stuff like that.
You lose trust, and like shows their integrity.
Yeah, like and it's like, damn, like, what are you thinking? Like, shit like that used to get me off.
For sure.
So, but honestly, I'm not rich. If I was rich, I probably wouldn't think about it as much.
Of course.
But yeah. And it's funny, even as we broke, like, we're not broke, but in comparison to rich people, we broke. That people still ask us for money. Because I remember Meek Mill, he always talk about one of his big things. He would say, like, yo, he's like, niggas ask for money now that he rich. It was like, but you wasn't asking me money when I ain't had big shit. And at first I'm like, yeah, it was extra money because you ain't have it. But also I'm like, yeah,
like, it's not funny, but I know. But
yeah, but it's like, you ain't have the money. Why would they ask you for that? Now they know that you got money. But then I also thought about it. I'm like, that's just not what they were doing. Niggas wasn't getting money from each other, something like that. You know what I mean? So if I got rich, or saying Marquise Thomas asked me bread, I'm like, that's what we do.
Yes,
we been doing that type joint.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, I was looking at it like that, but it's also like, I guess it's so it depends on who you asking from. So niggas like Marquise and Thomas, where I'll be cool even when niggas getting big bucks or rich. You ask me for something, you know what I'm saying? You got it, just like we was doing before. But then them niggas, especially them niggas who wasn't doing the right things, or they asked for money when he just spent a bunch of money, I'm gonna say, like, I'm like, nigga, we don't do that.
Right.
Like, we don't do that.
For sure. Man, if I was a billionaire, I'd make sure everybody is well off.
Bro,
I'd be like, guys, I'm about to buy y'all a new house.
You don't even need that much money, bro.
Yeah.
Right, for a lifetime. You don't need that much. Like, with $1 billion, you can set it, you can put money in a bank, and that shit could, you know what I'm saying? And then have names in that bank be your grandchildren, great, whatever the case may be. Everybody got multi-millions in a bank that just sat there for generations. Or you just buy random shits. Be like, okay, I'm about to own this, shit like that. Like, yo, everybody be straight.
Word.
Damn.
Yeah.
What y'all say?
Oh, word.
Oh,
we hit the hour. All right, cool. We over 4 minutes.
Damn, we over 4 minutes. We got the okay for the extra 4 minutes, or
all right, cool.
the extra 5 minutes. For y'all, our viewers, you know what I'm saying? Because we love y'all so much.
For sure.
So we got an extra okay. Y'all good? Oh, yeah.
All right, we're gonna close it up. I got.
Yeah,
thank you.
We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up.
Cool. I heard that in our invisible headphones.
Yeah.
They said wrap it up.
This
all
is
right,
the true wireless headphones. Like,
yo, this is
like, these shits is bad.
Facts. What? Yeah. Word. So look, That's the Stream of Conscious podcast.
President's coming?
Huh?
I don't know. This is the president's outside.
Oh, where? Oh, snap! He was listening.
Yeah,
he trying to talk to us.
Yeah, the
All right,
president,
we're gonna go meet
Barack
the president.
Obama. Yeah, Barack Obama here.
We're ex-president. My man. He's still my president.
Damn.
I like Joe Biden. Anyway, we're gonna talk about. Anyway, what we talking about first? We talked about going back to school, change his life. Then we talked about Certified Lover Boy. Then we had to talk about Shang-Chi. Got a little carried away with the Marvel stuff.
Oh yeah, we talking about Marvel.
But then we ended up with Blair's Outburst. So this is dope.
Blair Outburst.
Yes, Blair's Outburst. So look, thank you so much for listening to this episode. This is episode 4.
Appreciate.
Man, look, enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy everything. We're gonna catch y'all next time. Stay up, stay great, stay blessed.
Word.
Later.
Peace. Peace and loving and happiness. Is this still recording? Of course. Is this thing on? I got my eyes on you. Everything I see on your heart, love and emotion. Endlessly.